Curiosity is not just a mental activity, it is the spark of the soul. It is the silent fire placed within every human being that drives us to seek, to question, and to move beyond the visible into the hidden. From the earliest days of childhood, we see curiosity shaping our thoughts and actions. A child touches fire not to get burned, but because something inside him whispers, "What is this light?" That same whisper, when matured, becomes the urge to ask, "What is life? Who am I? What lies beyond this world of appearances?" Thus, curiosity is not separate from spirituality. It is the doorway to it. Yet in our physical existence, curiosity is often directed outward. We use it to build machines, create medicine, explore the stars, and unravel the secrets of nature. All of these achievements are the fruits of human curiosity. But still, something remains incomplete. Even after landing on the moon or splitting the atom, the human heart continues to ask questions it cannot silence. Why am I here? What is the meaning of my suffering? What is the reality beyond death? These are not scientific questions, but spiritual ones. They show us that curiosity has two paths, one outward into the physical world and one inward into the eternal self. The physical usage of curiosity gives us comfort, progress, and civilization. We design homes, create electricity, and develop technology, all results of asking how things work. But the spiritual side of curiosity asks why things are. Why do we exist in the first place? Why is there love and pain, birth and death? Why is there a universe at all? The difference between how and why is the difference between physical discovery and spiritual awakening. Both are necessary, for the human being is not just body and not just spirit, but the mysterious combination of both. Let us look deeper into the reality of life. From the outside, life seems like a collection of roles. We are given a name, a family, a culture, and a religion, and then we live within that frame. We pursue education, career, wealth, and relationships, thinking that these outer achievements define us. But hidden beneath the surface is a silent truth. None of these roles are truly who we are. If the skin were removed from every human body, could we recognize each other? If names were erased, could we still divide ourselves into me and you? Without language, money, or status, what would remain? Only the essence, the pure being stripped of illusion. Spiritual curiosity begins when we dare to ask, what am I without my name? Who am I without my roles? These questions disturb us because they shake the ground of our identity. Yet they also awaken us, because they remind us that our essence is far deeper than appearances. One of the most powerful physical examples of this reality is sleep. When we sleep, we temporarily lose all roles. We are no longer parents, children, rich or poor. We forget our problems, relationships, and possessions. In that moment, life strips us down to the core of being. We are just a body resting, while the soul silently drifts into a world beyond the senses. If someone calls your name while you sleep, it takes time for you to remember who you are. That is because your identity is not permanent. It is borrowed. The reality hidden beneath is timeless. This shows us something profound. In truth, life is not what we accumulate outside, but what we discover within. Curiosity is the password that unlocks this hidden database inside us. All answers, all wisdom, all truths already exist within the human soul. But to access them, one must have the courage to go beyond appearances. Imagine life as a river flowing toward the ocean. Each drop believes itself to be separate. Some drops shine brighter under the sun, some travel faster, some get stuck in mud. But ultimately, every drop must return to the ocean. Curiosity is what makes a drop ask, where am I going? Why do I exist? And when the drop finally merges with the ocean, it realizes that it was never separate. It was always water, always connected, always part of something greater. Physically, this is like our daily struggles. We compete, compare, and divide ourselves, thinking that one body is higher or lower than another. But spiritually, the reality is unity. Just as the river returns to the ocean, we return to the source, the eternal existence we call by many names: God, Spirit, Universe, Light. Another physical usage of curiosity can be seen in scientific discovery. Think about electricity. Before it was discovered, people lived in darkness, unaware of the unseen power around them. But one curious mind dared to ask, what is this invisible force? And eventually the world was illuminated. Spiritual truth is the same. The unseen power of consciousness surrounds us always, but only the curious seeker dares to ask, what is this light within me? And when he finds it, he illuminates his entire being, just as electricity lights the world. Life's reality also teaches us humility. We may build wealth, power, and status, but ultimately our bodies return to dust. Everything we cling to slips away. When we realize this, arrogance melts. We stop holding too tightly to possessions or relationships, for we see they are only temporary. Humility is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the recognition that we are travelers, carrying nothing but our essence. Curiosity deepens this humility, because the more we ask, the more we realize how little we know. Knowledge expands our vision, but it also expands our awareness of mystery. Standing under the night sky, we may understand galaxies and stars, but still we feel small in the face of infinity. That feeling is humility, the gateway to spiritual awakening. The ultimate reality of life is unity. We begin separate, we struggle with identity, and we cling to appearances. But the truth is always whispering to us, you are more than this body, more than this name, more than this time. You are part of something vast, eternal, and unbroken. To live with this awareness is liberation. Practically, how do we live this truth? By balancing the outer and inner curiosity. Outwardly, we can continue to use our curiosity to build, learn, and explore. But inwardly, we must also turn curiosity into meditation, reflection, and silence. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and ask, what am I beneath all this? Let your curiosity guide you inward, and you will touch the eternal. When we see others, we must remember that their skin, face, and roles are temporary, but their essence is the same as ours. When we face loss, we must remember that nothing was ever truly ours. It was always borrowed. And when we face death, we must remember that the soul cannot die. And so life is not a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. Its reality cannot be captured by words, only experienced in the silence of the heart. When we live with curiosity, humility, and awareness, life itself becomes a sacred journey, a journey not of holding on, but of letting go, not of gathering, but of awakening, not of fearing, but of returning.